use copyright. What up, bro, family? She whispered, tears streaming. Okay, fair use copyright. Put something on, it's gonna be because I want to see it. Other than that, I don't need to see nothing. We come to blow the shofar, blow the trumpet up in Zion. You dig? That's what we on. There's a whole lot going on, but the only way I see where you see light at the end of the tunnel was the day I returned back to who we are, knowing who we are. And now that I see all this pushback, I'm sitting here listening to one of the brothers, and he was bringing out some issues that certain groups have with the so-called black Hebrew Israelites. Black Hebrew Israelites. That's cool. As long as you know we are black, brown, really. Melanated, brown. As long as you know. But they went on to talk about how destructive, unlearned, uncouth, and everything but being children of the Most High, coming into the knowledge of self, which the Bible illustrates all this if you read it. I don't know why they will add other books. You got the Bible and you got the Apocrypha. What other books do you need? They're at the Bible and the Apocrypha is closely related to who? They say the Ethiopian Bible got all these books, and then some that were taken out. So it's more, that's two witnesses, family, to me. You will have to read the Ethiopian Bible, but yeah, that's two witnesses. How do you know it's a witness? Years of research, and still researching information, biblical. Iran launches hell in Tel Aviv. Yeah, yeah. Banks are freezing accounts. Holy smoke. People better pay attention. Everything they tweaking out here. And paying attention means to take control. Because while they are banking on one result, we can't be blinded because they don't know no better. We know the Most High is at work. There's a greater than anything they think they got going on because the Most High is at work. And he's very effective at what he's doing. You can't tell me you can't tell. You can't tell what's going on in Zion. His people, that's Zion. Put your car in an LLC. You can put anything you're using for business as an asset. That car is an asset. I would put my house. I would put all my things under a business. And then put it into something else to protect it so you wouldn't know that it's mine. There's all kind of information out here for you to tap into. If one thing people should know in this hour, information, oh, the word is alive. You gotta see it. I'm seeing so much now Hebrew Israelites. I'm saying to myself though, bro doing this thing, he making a video letting you know, pointing out real events that have taken place that you can use for historical, for educational purposes. Let's say that. because that's what it's for. People like to come on here and run their mouth about black people, talking about Negroes. Well, we're not Negroes and black people. Don't call us that. We are Hebrew Israelites, God's servants. And that's why they don't have no definition or definitive answers for anyone when it comes to us. Because they know they're not God. They know drama and confusion, have people turning against. Oh, we're children of the light. The light that we shed is going to draw people together. That's how the spirit of the Father works. Yeah, I hate what. And then when you look at the history, they want to play with history, talking about who didn't have a hand in what happened to our ancestors. As if we don't read books. Like we don't study to know these things. Like we just, without them and all their business, they expect you to meet certain. They have certain expectations that they want you to meet in order to do business with them. And I'm like, come on, man, that's weak as fuck. Because stop that, y'all weak in a motherfucker. You don't allow nobody to tell you what, how to move in your business. Why the fuck would you be trying to tell the next person? That's why I don't do business with you. Whatever I need, I'm gonna go hit it. Found it. Go work. Work for yourself. Hell no. You gotta eat. I gotta get back on my workouts too. I've been, lacking. Brother been lacking. And I've been feeling with this knowledge thing and learning and processing things in a new way. You forgetting the very foundation. And that's why I'm my temple, because I've always been an advocate for exercise. I'm 54 now. When I was locked up, we did a whole bunch of exercise. You did. Stayed on the weight pile. Out there with the guys, getting it in. Hell, getting older. But shit, we did it to pass time. And to build something. Because you knew you had a light at the end of that road. So while sitting, you build. We gonna sit there and you already know. Once you get there, I got to Pontiac. That's in Illinois, down southern Illinois. Pontiac Maximum Facility. In 1991, the joints were still cracking. Do you know it was so hot out there? And the brothers out, hey, when the bus is pulling up, it was early. It was like he was 12 something. The brothers out there working out shit. The brothers out there swole. You know, these organizations and stuff. I seen people I knew as I was coming in. I sat in the county over a year. So you run into a lot of people. There was a lot of cats from the south side. I'm from the south side of Chicago. We was different. We did. We watched. I'm gonna tell you, man, my parents, y'all know how you go. Watching shit you know you wasn't supposed to be watching. Shit, but we was watching mafia movies. You know what I'm saying? And trying to pull that shit at a young age. And I be thinking like, what fuck made y'all gravitate to watching mafia movies and all that shit? Like, where did that come from? And then, not only did we watch it, you know what comes after that. Now you Superman. Now you run around that bitch thinking you Uncle Paulie or some motherfucker body, Joe Pesci. You got this energy about yourself that's just, but then you had it around your parents because you know you're doing some shit you weren't supposed to be doing But your parents can basically tell by your decisions, by the way you dress. Your dress code change. Now you got paper, you dressing, you got watches on and shit. You fully dressed like a man. You paying bills and shit, got phones. Back then we had beepers. My dad like, what the fuck you doing with the beeper, boy? My dad first told me with a beeper, I couldn't been no more than 15, 16. No, 15, 16, yeah. I hit that motherfucker every day, that Motorola. I hit that motherfucker every day. But who didn't have a beeper? He looking at YouTube, y'all be tweaking. I'm not YouTube, y'all be tweaking. I'm not moved by all that shit. I'm not looking for no pay to get no bunch of followers, none of that. Wherever I go, it's me all day, every day, fam. We talking about finances. We talking about ancient wisdom. You already got your own people looking crazy as hell. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, okay, y'all ever read the damn Bible? Y'all ever read the Bible, bro? Or a sister? And they looking at you like you strange, you crazy. You done fell off the grid. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, read the damn Bible. That's your history book. That's the history of the world, all nations. But ain't nobody ever taught you that. Well, how can you say? Because everything that's talking about happened to the people, and it's still happening. Not just that his people that was disobedient, all things, and that's how the world is run. That's what they call principles. When you hear them talking about millionaires and they using law principles of what that man be saying. Well, anyway, they using law, God's law. There are laws that govern the earth. We've been taught, on the other hand, to look at law as religion. But think about it. The law of planting and harvesting. You plant seeds, it's gonna work on a time scale. At certain times it start blooming, right? You plant it, water it, then it'll start blooming. You'll see shoots coming out the bottom of it. It's forming roots. You won't see it, but you know what I mean. Start forming roots to plant itself. That's based on a law, natural law. It works. If you plant, guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna bring forth a harvest. The Most High set that in place. That's the Most High's work. That's not no man's work. That ain't, sorry, Europeans, but somebody gotta tell y'all ass the truth. Jewish Europeans too. I heard that leader of Israel talking about Genghis Khan is more powerful than the Messiah. Like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? Y'all let these people get these y'all teachers to the Christians. I know you got a Christian Zionist that follow the shit out of them. Whatever they say and do, they follow it. They know the code. That's their code. Because they know they not the people. You can tell by their actions. Them people over there been blowing the shit out of the Palestinians. That ain't no godly spirit. They talking about, oh, we got to protect ourselves for what? Hell no. You got to sit down and talk to them people and do things the godly way. There's a law from the eternal one. Y'all talking about y'all know God. Well, you know he has a law from the eternal. And it works if you apply it. Like I just explained with planting and harvesting. But they want to teach us this bullshit about Christian. I'm like, Mama, I'm not a Christian. I love Jesus. Don't get it twisted. Oh, I'm a Jesus fanatic. Yahushua. I had to explain to my lady. I'm like, baby, you know who I'm talking about. His name Jesus. I don't know. All it takes is 5 minutes to do the research. Research that name Jesus. Go into the Strong's Concordance. Look it up. I'm going to tap it in and see what it say. Look it up. Translated name is going to have Hebrew characters. You got to pay attention. It's going to have Hebrew pictographs. Those pictographs expresses what the Father intended for us to understand. All things that's written. All things that's written will be made known to you. Don't be listening to them people. Well, we don't know about that. His name, you can't say his. What you mean? If though Second Chronicles 7:14 says, if those who are called by my name, what is the law pointing us to in that verse? His name and expressing it. Now, that don't now if you listen to them and let them tell you that his name ain't, and you know who created the English language. Open your eyes, baby. Open your eyes. You know who created the language. That's who doing the damn deception. Why they talking about what black Hebrew Israelites are doing. What this black Hebrew Israelite, if for the sake of conversation. Let me tell you what this one doing. Hold on, they got me stressed out. My day is serving God's people, no matter what color you are. White people, brown people, yellow people. Ain't no such thing as a black person in the sense of how we see it with the color. I have yet to meet somebody that's jet black like this black. If you have, damn, what happened? I turned the camera on. If you have, more power to you. What the devil is alive? Not turn the damn camera off. You white folk be doing too much. Stay off my YouTube. We learning something here. We in the books. So everything is based off law. Law means Torah. What is the Torah? The Torah is instruction. And there's a one who's a lawgiver and law keeper. That's the Mashiach. That's who the world calls Jesus. Look his name up. Like I said, I was trying to look it up, but this computer acting kind of crazy right now. I don't know what the devil is alive. He don't want to hear you talking about, I'm going to the blue letter Bible. Yeah, his name is Yahushua. Yah is freedom and riches. Yah, who, and Shua. That's three Hebrew words. Everything about him in spirit and in truth connects you straight to who? Abba. Abba is the Father. Yahuwah. Those who are called by my name, we know his name. And we ain't going along with the whoever these pseudo, but they, trust me now, they didn't read the book. They didn't have time to read it, but they reject the truth. They don't understand. They don't have the spirit. You can see it. Now, if I tell them that, they'll look at me like I'm crazy, but you don't. They don't understand Yahushua. He's the Word. He is the Father. He's the Word. They don't accept Yahushua. So how am I to accept anybody that doesn't accept the Word of the Father? Have we sunk that low where we feel we need attention from other people, or you ain't supposed to be voting no man over you to rule over you no way? That's what they put the money in so that it will go a certain way for their agenda, not for the kingdom agenda. And if we too gullible just going along with something, then you are detriment to yourself. You supposed to test the spirit of all things, even me. What I'm saying, make sure it's confirmed. Make sure it ain't nothing he just saying, and I'm not just saying nothing. I'm not gonna play with people's. I'm not gonna play with information. It's the information that's the knowledge is the power, family. They power is what? They money and all that bullshit. And they use it in a devilish manner, and because they use the shit in a devilish manner, that's why the world ain't fucking with them and cutting their bitch asses off. Excuse me, y'all. I gotta get the fuck out of here. What up, though? Too much noise. Alright, I'll be out when you come out. I don't want to hear you. I'm making a video. Fuck, this ain't no. It's business. Shorty, I'm making a video. You fucking up the thoughts now. Come on now. I said you fucking up the thoughts now. Now back to what I was saying. Here you have the foundation. These people don't operate in the foundation. And when I was hearing all that, I'm like, I wouldn't waste my time talking about none of them. These people, you rightly divide, if you can't discern what's truly going on, what's moving people's spirit to operate how they operate, then that's something you got to work out with you and you and the Most High. You got to work it out. I can't work it out for you. I'm not responsible for nobody's salvation, but I'm gonna definitely tell you the truth. You gonna get the truth out, Brother Wayne. That I'm held responsible for. That I will always bring forth. I don't care what they talking about. I love my parents, but if they ain't talking about what the Bible talking about, we ain't gonna have no understanding. We're gonna have a fair communication. As my dad would say, hey, we're gonna have a fair communicate. I can't go, you can't play, I don't play religion now. It's one thing I don't play with. That's this book. And when I'm on that, I get real, you know what I'm saying? I be done went haywire on somebody. Don't play with me when I'm in this book. So I don't play with the Most High. It's real in the field, family. And if we don't get this knowledge with all that's going on, people gonna lose hope. If I don't warn the people, what does the Bible tell you? They blood gonna be on your hands. I'm not gonna have your blood on Wayne hands. So Wayne gonna warn you. That's up to you to take heed. I can't force you. Machiavelli. Man, I never got to a Tupac concert. I hate that. I was locked up all while Tupac was out there doing what he was doing. I was doing a bit. I was going all the 90s. But I used that time to my advantage. I did go to school. I went to college. I got my GED. I went to college. But then I dropped out because once I went into American history, I'm like, these people just fucking lying. Like, what the hell? Oh no. I dropped that. I had American history and world history. I tried to stay in world history. I was like, oh no. These motherfuckers lying. They don't know history. I've been an avid reader all my life, especially studying African information. I've always read. It's some books I've had that's in what they call blacklisted. We have books on books on books. And if you put these books out there, they gonna try to shut your page down. Even talking about the information, which I hear a lot of people talking about some information. But if it's regurgitated, but just talk, and it's keywords they listen for, like what we talking about. Who are the true Hebrew Israelites? Black people stand up. That's your position in life. God chose you. That chosen is connected to a source, and it has he had a song go, order my steps. It has an instruction for you, a whole different way of life. You gotta come out from among them. It ain't gonna work messing with them. I'm gonna make this print. So I'm sitting here putting together. I can't hold that phone. That's why I put it down. Thanks for being on the live, though. I hope y'all paying attention to what's going on in the world with world politics. People seem to be lost. I be talking to people and they so gung ho about America. I'm like, bro, sister, lights out. It's gonna still be here, but it ain't gonna be functioning like it used to function. That ain't gonna happen because of the moves that we make. Think about it. It's already the order as far as financial institutions. Family, we finna feel the heat. We about to feel pressure and coming up with stuff to try to make Trump look as bro. Man, my people is woo. People into Trump like this nigga is the solution. I'm like, yeah, he's the solution, but he ain't that solution you think he is. You better pay attention to the real because everything, and I don't argue with them about none of that stuff because I'm like, shit, these the institutions that always have yokes of bondage on our ass. What are you fighting for them for? They just told you in the world, on the world stage. Oh, we not looking at it as nothing. They know they fucking guilty. The Jewish people too, they own slaves. Stop telling people that bullshit. Tell the truth. Ain't nobody just saying you did it. It was all y'all ass. So stop with the bullshit. We know how to read history. What the fuck? Like, then people got the gall to get mad when you miss it. Like, I don't give two I ain't gonna get the cussing and get belligerent, and talk about people. But they know who owns who and did fucking what. It's in a book. Get it out the book. Stop showing movies if you don't want us to talk about it. Stop. You shouldn't have never went out there. You chose to make the movies and talk about it. The fuck you think I don't know who owned the ships? Stop playing. Y'all is not no boy, y'all better quit playing. And black people, y'all better tell people the damn truth. Don't be lying to these damn people. Who the hell they think they are? All that shit, I don't care if Iran win or lose. Truth must go forward, man. Don't play with these people. They gonna come for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you better be ready. I had a person tell me some shit about. I responded to one of the guys I'm familiar with because I'm from 63rd. I responded to a post he made, and a person came on there talking about, yeah, I could see you in Mexico looking like Chi some shit. I'm like, huh? So you gotta know. And then I just listened to a brother talking about, you better watch yourself when you out here. Brother, they'll try to snatch you. I'm like, huh? I feel you though. To be aware is to be alive. But one thing about black people ain't walking around naive like everybody else fucking friends. Now, you got some of our group that get along, that try to get along with these groups on some United Nations shit, I guess. I don't know. But shit, us first. They talk that shit about America first, but I ain't concerned about America first because America ain't concerned about her being first. America put everything and everybody else before you. America will sell you the fuck out. That's what America would do. They've been doing it. They use us as collateral. Get loans. Don't kick back shit. Like, that's cool. I don't know. You should start a business so they can do business with you. Man, kiss my big toe. How about that? Suck my toes. Now, what kind of freaky my ass? Ain't nothing freaky. We don't do freaky. I can't say what I want to say. That's why I say it that. Kiss my big toe. But yeah, it's a new world. I will not say it's a new world, new beginning, new way to play, a new life beginning. Cash is the past. Platform sources instead of going and watching. I done went and watched platform sources instead of going and watching. I done went and watched it 1,000 times, took notes over and over. They're gonna continue. Because I'm learning something about it every time I go and rewatch it. People ain't understanding these things going on ain't no mystery. They told us what they was gonna do. Now comes the actuality of it. All this shit they told us. They been knew Trump would pull it. He told them he was dissatisfied. What did Europe say? Shit, Europe say they not going along with that. So they finding other business partners. But they still riding with America. They just ain't riding with homeboy shenanigans. They still riding with America. But they doing business with others and America ain't liking that. Why is always some destructive shit when we do business with people? Why we can't do business in a diplomatic way according to the rules? Not y'all, not they fucking rules. Their rules is not lawful. They don't even keep the laws of their rules. Godly principles, God's law. That's what rules the earth. And should you need to know. You need to align with it. They don't even respect their own little commandments and things that they set for themselves. They little bylaws. Because their laws are not greater than God's laws. You were created to break that man's law. Like, man don't get it. He gonna learn today. Ain't that how homeboy said? You gonna learn today. They ass gonna learn today. And from here on out, it's on. Yeah, that person, well, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking at the phone like, why people be studio gangsters? Why we keyboard gangsters? Yeah, I know people snatching people, but come on, man. Fuck out of here. I might snatch your ass. Tell me some going, they gonna, family, I'm like, man, look. When you pull up, know that's gonna be some shit on the news. Guaranteed, it's gonna be some shit on the news. I don't know who's gonna make it out, but it's gonna be some shit on the news. I can't say it's me, but you pull up, I don't give a fuck how many of them there is. I ain't going with you. So it's gonna go down right where the fuck you pull up. Guaranteed on everything I am. On everything. People got it twisted out here. I'm not going for that shit. I wouldn't give a fuck how many of these motherfucking Looney Tunes out here. You come to Chicago with that bullshit, and I know people doing things. Yeah, they doing things. That's the truth about it. But you're gonna get fucked up with some of us running up on us with that bullshit. You're gonna get yourself fucked up real quick. I wouldn't give a fuck if you've been cutting motherfucking bulls all your life, nigga. You fucking with a whole different element. A whole different energy fucking with a nigga. It's so-called street cats. People they say are undesirable. Shit, them that desirable. The people talking about who undesirable, they ass is undesirable. They don't even have no love. You know what I'm saying? They're godless fucking people. God don't love that. So hell no, all that God love everybody. You a damn lie. You a lie. You don't even love a thief enough to let them come in your house and be unwatched. Who the fuck y'all think y'all be? Who they think they be talking to about? I gotta watch my mouth, excuse me. That's undesirable to be. You know, you should be able to express yourself and be poised about it, which I can be. I have a whole library of words that I can use to articulate myself, to make my point, and that I will do. And use the right words. But yeah, this is the awakening. Black people know who we are. We're not going back. We gonna worship the Most High. Hey, our worship is gonna bring forth what we spend. It ain't gonna be based on our cousins paying nobody for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be natural. It's gonna be spiritually natural. That's how we gonna do it. Oh, I'm finna eat what you eating, baby. It's on. No. You can eat no beans and you got corned beef. You got corn busy. On me. But yeah, that's what we do all day. Today was a good day. I'm trying to run my business, run it up, so I can establish it, not for me, but for my generation. Now, once I do that, y'all want to act up, we can act a fool. Once I get that done, we can act a fool. But no, brothers, I'm saying, sisters, be on y'all P's and Q's. Because you older, that don't mean they won't try your ass. But I went back to see if that motherfucking if that thing was up there, they took it down. And then I thought it probably wasn't directed at me. You know how they had comments on stuff, and your comment will be on there. I think I had like 600 some people comment. I'm like, damn, what they hate? I ain't clocking no damn comments. If they comment, sucker, obviously they agree with it. Don't be getting mad at it. Stop being. I'm like, this keyboard ass. I literally looked at the phone. Like, damn, I wish I could talk to this person face to face. Like, huh? Like, where they do that at? We don't be doing all that. Chicago don't be doing all that. And Chicago ain't scared of your ass. Know that before you bring your ass. No, yeah, you could go, but fuck, you gonna go. You born to go. You ain't gonna be here forever. You coming back though. Oh, you gonna face the judge, the creator. And if you've been doing good, you coming back. You're gonna be regenerated. You coming back in the next part of we ain't going nowhere. In the next chapter of our lives. I wonder what that's gonna be like. I truly do. That's why I be hugging that Bible. He said it's gonna be a new earth and a new heaven here. All this is gonna be destroyed. You're gonna allow them to destroy it. If you pay attention, they think they doing something smart, like they know better. No, y'all the worst. These decisions they making, people supposed to be looking at them like, oh hell no, come out from among them. Don't touch none of their stuff. And they losing power. Them people, I always told people, shit, it's the Arabs with the money. Oh yeah, you got some of them with some money, but that money is like me creating a business. Creating out of thin air, credit. You can create that. I can shift my mind, like talking about it now, but I don't do business with the banking system. Show you how strong we are. You ain't messing with black people are very strong. Our recent ancestors, not even 60 years ago, was getting money. Our families, we come from builders, movers and shakers. We don't need no motherfucking handout from nobody. He got a line of credit. People just jumped on because it allows them to move in a certain manner. Where, if you ask me, if you got it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Either you got it or you don't. You know, you got to get you some knowledge, family. Get some real knowledge that you know people need, and they will pay you for it. And you treat the people right, they're gonna deal with you. You can build your empire. That's what I'm doing. My hands always have worked. People have always utilized what I bring to the table. I ain't never got a bad reception on nothing I've done, because whatever I've done has been for the people. Why you worried about? I ain't worried about what the fuck people talking about. I'm worried about serving the Most High. How would He do it? He said, do it like as if you're doing it for yourself. So it's a certain frequency. It's a certain rhythm that we move. We different. I'm telling you, we special. Deuteronomy 7:6, that's us. You know what that means? So for anybody saying anything other than that, you a liar. The Most High said this now. Yeah, some of us could be acting out of character, but if you speak anything other, I feel for you. That's why I have to stop talking about people. I just talk about the truth. If it's a preacher doing A, B, C, and D, that's what I'm gonna say. I ain't afraid of no damn people, no man. No, Most High don't give you the spirit of fear, family. That's something you pick up. But you just to show as you picked it up, you can get rid of it. Exercise. Positive reinforcement. Think positive. Reinforce your mind with real knowledge that can help you. You can apply. Mm-hmm. Understand God's law and operating in it. That go your fast track, bro. Don't be afraid to do your own thing. That's what the Most High sent you here for. To build, to rule, and have dominion over things He created. He didn't create you to follow no man. Think about it. Asking for no permission to do nothing. People always like, bro, you different. I always got my ass whooped because I was one of them dudes like, I don't know. I don't ask nobody shit. What am I ask you? What purpose am I serving if I got to get your permission to do anything? Now, as far as that as far as me expressing what I know and what I could do, what I could produce, what the fuck I'm gonna pay? Well, I'm not giving you shit. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to do business, but all that, get the fuck out of here. These people crazy, I'm telling you, man. God gave us water. What the fuck is we paying for water for? I ought to go in every store and just take water. Like, this is just, that's, ugh. Like, what the fuck? They call themselves trying to tax everything. Knowing if we was in the street, you'd beat the fuck out of one of them talking about taxing. Get y'all scary ass out here. They gonna call the police on you. Like, come in the hood and take that shit from them. They ain't gonna do that. Like, I got so much disdain for these unlawful ass people trying to operate. Get y'all, go sit y'all ass down. Black people, y'all better tell these people the truth. Trying to debate and all, hell no. Stop trying to be like them. Tell their ass to fuck the truth. We should have been took over our thing. Nobody need nothing they got. Oh, if they don't, we don't need nothing they got. Everything they got is from us. They don't have nothing. Ain't nobody running to Europe. What the fuck they running to Europe? Okay, the brothers and sisters of Africa, and I don't understand that. What you running over there for? Like, what is the wrong? What's the problem? Do y'all not know what y'all got in y'all land? What are you running over there for? Them people don't love you. We your brothers and sisters. We love you. How many times we gotta tell that? Now it's we all in an uproar against one another. You got the descendants of those who come off the ship. Oh no, I ain't cause we migrated over here. Bruh, okay. Did you do you understand what you just said? Y'all migrated at a time as free men. That's cool. We know it was free men and free women, uh, Negroes over here. We know that. But everything ever created came out of Africa, family. If you're a Homo sapien, look up what that word means. If you know, you know. Any human. Let me look that word up, man, because people having a hard time with Africa for whatever reason. I don't know. I ain't talking about the Hamites, but I understand there's a greater at work because the land our ancestors inherited. No, you not African. You a Shemite. But your land, you inherited. When you left out of Jerusalem, where do you think your ancestors went? Why do you think they went into Africa? Remember, the promise was given to Abraham, the land of Canaan, right? And for his descendants, and they descendants, and they descendants. Remember, right? Y'all gotta hear me. Canaan took Shem through his father and his brothers first. No, it was in Genesis through the Most High first that Canaan was cursed. They won't tell you, oh, Canaan wasn't cursed. The white people made that up. He was. He was cursed that was because of what Ham did, because of what his father did. Remember, it was Shem and Japheth. that went in there, that walked backwards to Noah's tent to cover him. He got drunk and went to sleep. Noah got drunk and, and don't feel, I wouldn't try to fill the blanks in, but remember, his son Ham has seen his nakedness. I'm not going to assume what that means. You know, do your own due diligence. But the Most High cursed his son. That's the first time, hold on. That's the first mention you hear of Canaan being cursed. Then you read in the Book of Jubilees where they were dividing the land. Ham, Shem, and Japheth and their sons. And Canaan did what he did. But before that, y'all skip over the fact that Ham and his sons received their divisions of the land, which was in Africa, even Canaan. In Africa, not in Shem. Shem owns the middle of the earth. That land where they, a piece of that land where they over there talking about they want to build greater Israel. There would be greater Israel, what they got pointed out, but they ain't greater Israel. I mean, they ain't the Hebrews. They can, all people can come into the kingdom of Israel, but all people ain't Shemitic, who are the chosen people of the Most High. And I'm gonna say that again. All people can come into the kingdom of Israel through the God of Israel and his son. But all people can't come into the bloodline of the Hebrew Israelites. Hebrews, God's chosen people who he chose through Jacob the name to carry his name because they're his servants, eternal. They have a covenant. That's why you got Negroes on here. We ain't trying to hijack nobody's uh, religion. They don't follow the Bible. Remember, they don't even, them people don't even acknowledge Mashiach as the Father in the flesh, as the Word of the Father, and he came and dwelt among us. They'll look at you crazy talking about Jesus. Like, bro, what y'all don't get in the Word? He is the Word of the Father come in the flesh. The Father declared him in the beginning, Genesis 1. Read that book. I heard one of the sisters, she's a true Israelite. She's a Hebrew, in fact, from the bloodline of Shem, the chosen. But anyway, she was talking about the books, Ham and Adam and Eve. And it talks about the word and how he was moving, which we know is the second Adam, which is Mashiach. Yeah, get it? Yeah. So we know in part because of the scriptures, because of the word, because of the word. And I share this so God's people can know up there talking about they won't accept the findings that the United Nations deemed as the worst thing that ever happened to black people. Transatlantic slave trade. The worst thing that ever happened to humanity. Crimes against humanity. Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna make that straight. Mm-hmm. That's the shirt I'm gonna make. Genesis 15. Abraham know of a surety, thy descendants shall be strangers in the land that is not theirs. Yeah, just put the book in the chapter in the verses. Chapter and verses. Genesis 15. That didn't happen to nobody else but the Negroes. So that means we need to wake up, come out of the world, come together. Don't be playing. We ain't playing religion. This is true. This is the way we need to learn to move. That song your ancestors were singing, Kumbaya, Kumbaya, come back here. Yeah. That song your ancestors were singing, Kumbaya, come back here, y'all. We got a whole lot of information pertaining to who we are. But what matters is us coming into. We can't stay stuck there. The world wants us to stay stuck there, steady debate, ever learning, and never coming into the fulfillment of the scriptures, actually walking it out. You are God's children of the Most High, and you have He gave you His image and likeness, which means His Spirit is in you to move just as He's instructed you to. You already wired for such, but you gotta choose and make that choice and know it's not just you in the field. If they real and they talking about they chosen and they really real, they got a love for the Most High and His people, they gonna ride with you because we supposed to support one another. In the kingdom, you have commonwealth. We have all things in common. And some you need to iterate to your brothers and sisters. All that walking around seeing your brothers and sisters in despair, and you turn on the YouTube and they talking about they leaders in the community, it ain't for you to store up treasures in heaven. Store your treasures up. Well, more people name in there and believe it with all your heart and soul. Watch what happens. Things are, I did some things today and I thank God because it wasn't none but the power of right. Everything I did was right, but it was one portion of what I did sticking out because it didn't all click. But in the end, it did. It took an outside source to confess something that was pertaining to what was doing because it was I was doing because it was relevant to the success of it. He called me, but I left and he went and pursued the matter and finished it and called me like it's a go. Everything good. I'm like, that's what's happening. So today was pretty successful, but I got one these cars I was working on. I got one more I need to tap in on. I did the brakes all the way around. I left one wheel because it needs a caliber on there. So when I get out, I'm gonna pull out early. I gotta go get a charger from I got me a new impact, got me a Craftsman. Nice little Craftsman impact. So you know I'm finna go ham. Got a half inch. It's ready to go. I got to go buy a fucking charger. I looked it up. They want $100. I'm like, shit. But I told my man, spend the money. He wanted me to do a job for him. Spend the money, give me an impact. I seen the one I wanted. It had the charger, everything. If he would have just got what I asked him to get, you can't tell people how to spend their money, but you contracted me for it. You know, we shook hands on the job. I actually get woo woo woo. You should have got it. Could have been had you done because I didn't have it. So I'm like, okay, I used what we concluded was feasible, and he came through though. He took the last one back. I'm like, damn, bro, that ain't gonna get it. That's like for some wood. If you building with wood, I could see you using that. But high impact, industrial impact, you talking about cars. Just taking a sometimes just taking a fucking a ball joint bolt off, or those lock washers. Like I have to do his wife. She got some things I need to do on her truck, and those nuts fasteners are big as fuck, and they got lock washers on them, like they lock nuts. I'm like, man, once them things been on there so long, you fuck around with the torch to melt you can melt the rubber out of the center, the locking mechanism. That's like a bushing that's been on that boy for so long. You go to take that bushing off, that say control arm, and that screw won't just come off because that bushing and that race in between that bushing and locked on to that nut. I mean to that bolt fastener. Like what the? Now you got to get the torch out. Damn near burn all the rubber off of it. Imagine if you don't have a torch. Then I've used little them cooking torches. They sell in Family Dollar Family. They get that boat red. I ain't care about not burning the rubber that has molded on to the screw fastener. I'm like, what the bruh, sis? But you know the law of what you operating, and this is something that I truly do. So I know what measures to put in place for to have a successful experience. And that's what I do every day with cars. And my people rock with me. I appreciate them. They made me sweat. They talking about the hood. The hood made me successful. It's just in how you interpret it. The hood made people successful every day. They don't give it no damn credit. All them stores in the hood, they should have their ass on there thanking black folk every chance they get. All the business we do with them folk, man, stop playing. And there should be some pushback, some get back, some doors open. Okay, black people, y'all been supporting us from day one. Woody, woody, woo. I ain't saying give a person nothing, but open the doors of opportunity. I think y'all should open a store. I think y'all will be good at it. Y'all help me to build mine. No, they go get all they motherfucking cousins and open a store all around you, and you support their stores. Black people ass be doing the most. Ain't nothing wrong with supporting people, but begin with your own first. And I don't know how we feel we gonna overcome the enemy and they strongholds over our finances, our unity, us even coming together to build. I don't know how we think we gonna overcome and establish ourselves, and everything we do is in lockstep with what they're thinkers. Like we don't have wisdom. We got ancient wisdom that ruled the world. The ones when they seen them, they must have been moved like they seen God, cause they started writing about you. Let's get back to that.